Okay, so I finished up on Stabler's new show, Law and Order: Organized Crime. Um, what had happened was I had been doing it the way I was doing the other two, and then I fell asleep, and the file got corrupted, so I had to redo. I'm not gonna redo the whole reaction thing, obviously, but I'm just gonna wrap up what I thought about it. It was good, uh, with everything now. I guess they have to make it about race and stuff like that. And it was so funny because, as I've said before, for this whole pandemic, I've been watching, repeat Law and Order SVUs all day on Saturday because they're on all day. And I remarked to myself just the other, yesterday watching it, saying, you have all these people from different backgrounds. They're going to communities of all kinds of backgrounds. Nobody's talking about race. Race is not a topic of discussion. Everybody is just treating each other like people, you know. And then now I watch, and then flip to watching, Law and Order: Organized Crime. It has to be about, Chaz Palminteri's a racist, and you know, and his name was he had the worst name in the world. Please don't make names like this, okay? It was like, what was it? Some strange first name, Sinatra, and it's like I said, I've never heard of another Sinatra. I'm not saying they're the only Sinatras in the world, but it's not a common name. So the minute you say Sinatra, was it something Tunde or some strange name, and I was like, you know what? Stop. Anyway, it was a really weird name. Let me look it up because it was okay. It was Manfredi Sinatra. That was Chaz Palminteri's character's name, which to me, I was like, somebody was looking at their playlist, saw Frank Sinatra, saw Manfred Mann, and tried to make a name out of it. um. Anyways, so yeah, Chaz was good in it. I liked the way the locations and stuff, the way it moved around. I liked some of the shots. I don't like the camera angles. I mean, um, I don't like the way the coloring, the color. I don't. There was a point in time, maybe mid '90s, where you were like, oh, let's use color correction and we'll use the gel thingies on the lights to make a atmosphere or something like that, and that's fine the old way. But when they started doing it by computer, when they started getting really ridiculous with colors, it got stupid. And there's people like David Fincher. Like I said, all his movies are PP colored. I didn't like they took the movie, threw it in PP, and then now it's all tinted yellow. And like I said, Mank, I assume it's not because it's black and white. I have not been able to see it, but generally speaking, David Fincher is a great director. There's no need to tint all your movies the same color. There are other people who like to tint their movies blue. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's distracting. And like I said, I don't know if they do it, but they have to do it in post. They can't possibly be doing it. You know what I mean? Like saturation or levels or whatever the hell you want to call it. And it's just like, no, it's too much because then it's dark and ugly. And there's too much of that in the past already. Let's move away from that and let's just go back to filming things the way they're supposed to look, like with just light. Um, so it so that like, aggravated me. The race thing, like I said, it was overdid. Couple things didn't make sense. I mean, his wife just died, and it looked like he was flirting with Walt's mom, meaning the woman who played Walt's mom on Lost, because I don't know her name, but she was in this, and I was like, your wife died like 15 minutes ago. Are you seriously? Because maybe he wasn't supposed to be, and I just saw it wrong. Fine, whatever. But then, yeah. So I think if this plot's gonna carry on, it's not really a spoiler. I guess it's a spoiler. I already said what's his face died. You know, I'm always spoilers unless I say non-spoilers at this point. But I'll put the thing on it. But this will continue on. This storyline is going to continue on with Dylan McDermott at least till next week. Now, for normal Law and Order, the episodes are contained unless it's one of those ones. You know what really. So I don't know if this is going to be like a 2 episode thing, or if it's going to be a continuing storyline, which would be interesting because I mean, you kind of have to if you're doing a mob situation. Like I said, there used to be great shows with mob infiltrating the mob all the time, but like I said, Wise Guy was one of my favorite shows from back in the day with Ken Wall. Um, that's going to be available somewhere to watch if you haven't seen it. But yeah, so it's a new world, so it'll be interesting to see how to do that now. I would tend to think the mafia is not all Italian anymore. I would tend to think it's, really mixed in. So we'll see. They said something about, what did they call it? They didn't call it a syndicate or five families, it's something families. Anyway, you know what I mean. So what else? Maloney's fine. He just, seemed a little bit hyper. So the point, I liked that one instance where they had, they pulled back Mariska, and it was like she's being left behind because she doesn't know what's going on with this guy for since forever. I liked that, but I doubt if there'll be. I'm sure there'll be crossovers here and there, but this is going to be his own show, so I look forward to watching it. It was the episode itself. I'd give it a 6, but I could see the potential for it getting better once they settle down. But if they start the whole let's be woke every week and let's incorporate a new woke thing into it every week. I mean, even though Law and Order's been ripped from the headlines, it was never doing that much until very recently because everything's kind of like that now. I hope not. I guess you get younger writers too, they're going to be woke. But hopefully it won't be too much and it'll just be a good story because I see the potential for that, but it could go either way. So, yeah. That is what I thought of the pilot. Do we still call it pilots? The pilot episode of Law and Order Organized Crime. Okay. Talk to you later.